Welcome to my review on the 2018 Textron Stampede. Now, on YouTube I was seeing tons of reviews, really about like half a dozen, not a ton, but I've seen about half a dozen reviews on the Textron Stampede, but I have never seen a review on the 4-seat model, so that's what I'm going to do today. While I may not have the production quality as some of the other YouTubers, I'm going to try my best. So to start out, I'll start out with using these doors. Now, as you see, you may be wondering, why in the heck am I talking about a door? Now, I want to show you something. See this? Normally with the Polaris, you have to have a $3,000 budget to get these. Now that's kind of crazy. If you don't get these doors with the Polaris, you get a net, which means it keeps out like your body from falling out of the vehicle, but from mud, the water, snow, dust, animals, you don't want some things to get on you or in the vehicle. So with Textron, what they did, so they made these doors standard. Now that's a big difference. I used to have a golf cart before this, and it was crazy. Like, you would constantly get wet, constantly get muddy, and having these doors and these big fenders here, they make a big difference. Like, I've never gotten wet really, except when water gets in the cab, when you're going mud bogging. That's the only case I can remember being wet, and rain, that's really it. So with this cockpit area, it's pretty open. It's not like sporty like Polaris RZR 1000 Turbo S, but it's made for like a rancher / hunter. That's why it has the camo package thing with it. It has like orange, like secondary colors along it, so other hunters can't see you. This has carried 1,000 pounds of corn. It's carried it in the back seat right here and in the bed. Now with an 11-gallon fuel tank, it can get around a lot. And you only need to refuel about once every 2 weeks, if you're hunting on the weekends and stuff like that. But if you're going out for like riding for about a solid 2 or 3 days, like full throttle, I'll just get some extra jerry cans, just to make sure you don't run out of fuel. Now with 80 horsepower, this thing can get moving. It has a top speed of 60 miles an hour, which when you're going down the woods, would be really scary. And Textron thought of that. When you crash into a tree going 60, if you're just a poor driver, you're protected by this roll cage. Now, it's a full steel roll cage, so it won't crumple like a piece of paper. And that just gives some people peace of mind, even though they won't be going 60. If they just accidentally, turn wrong or the vehicle rolls over, they'll be fine. Also goes with these doors. Now, with the cockpit area, it's pretty nice, and I'll give you a view. Now with the Textron Stampede, what you get is an LCD display. Same kind of display you have in your phone. As you can see here, you have the miles per hour gauge, you call that speedometer. Then you have the odometer. You show the time, which is actually 12:22 right now. It shows what gear you're in. Now over to the left, you have the rear differential lock and all-wheel drive mode selectable. Now what this button does is it does not make the car two-wheel drive. The car is always in two-wheel drive. Some people mess that up sometimes. Now don't do that, okay? This locks the differential. Only use that when you're trying to sling the back out, trying to have some fun, or you're stuck and the one tire is spinning but the other tire isn't in the back. When you leave the differential unlocked, both tires still spin, still a two-wheel drive. I promise it's still a two-wheel drive. But if one tire gets in the air, that's the tire that's going to spin. The other tire won't have any power transitioning to the ground. So if you have one tire in the air, you can just flip that switch and you'll get power to the other tire. Or you can switch on all-wheel drive. Now also, this shows up here. So you can see, there you go, differential locked. There you go, all-wheel drive enabled. Now, over here, you have your RPM gauge, so you know what RPM you're running at. If you get above 4,000, actually start cutting the power if you don't have your seatbelt on. And that's a pretty nice safety feature in case, you know, someone like a younger child gets in this and tries to take it for a ride. You can like kind of be okay with it and be like, okay, you can do it, because it only goes about 8 miles an hour at that speed. And so they can drive it around and they won't have a chance of, you know, trying to kill themselves. So it's nice knowing that. I've actually had some people, you know, that are a lot younger than me drive this, and it was just very comforting knowing that they won't, you know, floor it, even though like, I could tell they were trying to, you know, get to go a lot faster, up to that, you know, 60-mile-per-hour mark. It's just nice knowing that they can, you know, go that fast because they don't have the driving skills to go that fast. Now over here, you have your engine temperature. It stays at 3 bars. When it gets to the 3 bars, the fan won't turn on, but it'll start to turn on a little bit. What you don't want to do is you don't want to get like 4, 5, 6 bars. And over here is your fuel gauge. Over here too is your little, some buttons used to navigate the display system. I'll show that right now. You hold OK, and then you turn the ignition on. And so then what you do is you can check fault codes if they ever arise, and you just check. See, right here, there's a fault code with 4. You can look that up, and it'll tell you what the fault code was. Now, when we got this vehicle, there was an issue with power steering, but it got quickly fixed under warranty. That was free. So that's the only issue I've really had with this, except, you know, for other issues like that were caused by the user. That's the only issue that we've had. So it's pretty nice knowing that. It's had 909.9 miles on it, and it's the worst stuff you can imagine. Just going really fast, transporting a whole lot of weight, and going in depths of water that are twice the recommended depth. And over here, you have standard low beam and a high beam. Now I don't know why someone would not get a light bar with a vehicle like this. Like, I understand like, if it's an emergency, you have to get somewhere, but at night, you can't, you outdrive the lights, is what I like to say. Like the lights don't show enough detail where you can go fast. So that's why, yeah, on this vehicle, I have a forward-facing light bar and a rear-facing light bar. With the gears, you have a high range, low range, neutral, reverse, and park. Now what low range does is that it gives you a lot more torque, but it sacrifices speed. So you get a lot more RPM at a slower speed. But if like you're stuck or something, or you're towing like an insanely heavy load, like pulling out a truck, that helps a lot. So with that 80 horsepower motor, it can pull some stuff out really well. Hey! Also, when I got the Textron, it came with a 4,000-pound worn winch. It's really nice to know that you don't have some like, you know, boo-boo winch, you know, that you don't know like, oh, is it gonna break or not? You know that it's gonna work. And this vehicle weighs 2,000 pounds. So you can pull this vehicle straight up, vertical. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can. It's very nice to know that, you know, if you have like 2,000 pounds of mud on you and you're trying to get out, it's really comforting to know that. Also with this, there is a half windshield. And it's nice because when it's hot outside, you can drop it down, have a nice breeze going through your face. But what's really neat is with the aerodynamics of this, like not that much dust gets in your eyes, but if you stop and it's in like dusty conditions, you're gonna get some dust in your eyes. So I advise getting some goggles, you know, just so you don't have like, your eyes aren't like blinking constantly, you know, having to stop every few minutes. Also with this roof, it drops down a little bit. It's kind of neat. I've never really seen that in a vehicle like this, but it's very nice because it kind of like, you know, gives it more of an aggressive look. Over to the right near the passenger, there's a bar that you can hold. It's very nice to know that if your passenger's scared or whatever, you can hold on to it. And also in front of that is a glove box, which you can keep, you know, gloves. And then right now there's just the worn winch remote, the owner's manual, and stuff like that. So you just keep little things in there, keep it nice and neat. Now also, in this vehicle, you get USB 2.0s, 2 of them. Now that means is that you can charge 2 phones. That's right, you can charge your phone while you're in this. Who would have thought of that? Like, you would have never thought about it, but it makes such a good difference. And with this little cubby hole right here, it perfectly fits an iPhone 7, 8, 10, and the 11. You can just put it in this little cubby hole, and it's kind of like a little mini map screen if you have, like Gaia GPS. It's really nice to have it.